Live on Stream It Sports, Northern Colorado, it's Windsor High School Volleyball. This broadcast is brought to you by Schrader Oil, fuel your day. By Pedersen Toyota in Fort Collins, everything cars made easy. And by First Bank. Visit any of our convenient locations in Northern Colorado. First Bank, banking for good. Now for the play-by-play, here's Eric Freehoff and Cody McCoy.
Hello and welcome to tonight's volleyball match at Windsor High School. I'm Cody McCoy along with Samantha Miller bringing you this matchup between the Windsor Wizards and the visiting Berthoud Spartans. Welcome folks watching Stream It Sports live and in HD on Facebook Live and streamitsports.com. Samantha, take it away.
Thanks Cody, and thank you all for joining us tonight. Right now just doing the starting lineups, finished up with those Berthoud Spartans, now on to the Windsor Wizards. We should be in for quite the match this evening. Visiting Berthoud Spartans coming in with a 6-5 overall record, 4-2 in league. And the hosting Wizards are pretty similar. They're at 5-5 overall and 4-1 in league. So I would not be surprised at all if we have quite the matchup tonight. We have kind of similar colors, I'm sure you can tell, because it is the Wizards who are being announced right now, but the Wizards will start on the left-hand side of your screen. Those Spartans will be on the right. A lot of sophomores in the lineup for the Spartans. We'll see how that affects their play. Then again, there aren't a ton of upperclassmen for the Wizards either. So again, in almost every level right now, we should have a very even matchup this evening. Gabby Hertzke still injured for the Wizards, so she will not see court time tonight.
Good luck, ladies.
And we'll go ahead and say good luck and be on our way this evening. You can see a nice little hug. Well, you might be able to see a nice little hug there between the head coaches, Laverne Houston for the Wizards and Mil Santos for the Berthoud Spartans.
And I think we're hearing a band, but I don't see a band.
I don't see the band either. I'm a little bit confused on that one, but.
Very clear, big sound, so I'm assuming it is a recorded track.
Quite
they had us fooled for a second.
Definitely had to scan the whole gym to make sure they weren't actually here. Cody and I might be losing our minds, so stay tuned. Starting lineups headed out there. See Julie Ward, Kaylee Berry in the front row, as well as Abby Lutz for the Spartans. Trinity Penny will be the libero. Sophie Cathal starting in right back. Looks like she'll be setting potentially for the Spartans. Excuse me, she's just pulling back to right back. You got Tegan Holmes in there. Sierra Medina is your middle. Over on the left side of your screen, Ellie Garrett's also up there along with Riley Greiman. First server there was Allie Kinnis. And a double called against the Spartans to start us off.
Windsor did take the JV game 2-0.
Julie Ward with that swing, and it goes long. Overpass, a strange connection from Greiman, but it should have been a double called against the Spartans. Ward with a roll shot into the block. Ellie Garrett putting up hands there. A little bit of confusion on both sides of the net to start off. Strange connections between the setters and their hitters, as well as on that overpass from Greiman. Ward with another strong swing, and that one will drop. Penny back at the service line. Greiman with this swing, but dug up nicely there by Barry. A roll shot from the other Barry, and it drops. Nice swing there from Medina, but it's picked up. Ward will fire back. Hoffman with a diving, almost saved, but it goes out of bounds. Kill for Julie Ward, another point for the Spartans. And there's a kill for Kaylee Berry. Penny continuing at the service line. And an ace for Penny. Hoffman passing that one a little tight. Quite the challenge for Garrett to get to. Hoffman with another pass. This one much more bearable for Garrett. Greiman over the block, and it's a kill. Schrader will rotate into serve for Medina. Ward with the pass on that one. Barry gets through the block, but Heath is there. Hoffman into the block, it's covered. Can't quite bring that one back. Nice block up in the front row between Holmes and Barry. Pass from Serrato, it's tight, and Garrett just tips that one into the antenna.
Last week when we were here at Windsor, saw Windsor with kind of a sluggish start in that first set. Interesting to see if they can a little more energy here, and it looks like it. I mean, they had a 3-0 start to begin with, kind of gave it away, but staying in it.
Not a lot of energy. I don't know if it's that the crowd's a little quiet to start off tonight, or if the girls are, but even though it is a little bit closer set right now, not a lot of energy out there. And there's an ace from Ellie Garrett. Going long, but that one's passed by Cathal. Tight ball, and the joust is won by Greiman and Hoffman. Garrett continuing at the service line. Deep ball to Penny, it's tight, but able to be saved by Barry. Ward with the swing, Serrato's there. Greiman out of the middle, trying to bring it back as Cathal, but she can't quite get there. Ellie Garrett, still your server. Going across to Penny again. There's a nice pass out of Penny. Roll shot over the top is Holmes. Wizards can't quite contain it. Point Spartans. Ward back at the service line. Jump serve, it goes in the net.
Good velocity on there, though, if it got over.
Oh, yeah. Julie Ward, one of those players that hits that ball hard. Just finding the control. Overpass from the Spartans. Kennis with the tip, and it falls.
I have a feeling this will be a game of runs this evening.
It will. It's either going to be runs back and forth or just straight back and forth. Right now, it's the serve and pass game that's killing the Spartans a little bit. And really both teams for that matter. It's Kafal on the outside. Apparently she got a touch off the block. Lift going to be called against Holmes. Nice block there by Kinnis for the Wizards. Griman still at the service line. Nice little jump serve picked up by Penny. Cathal over the block. Serrato digs it tight. Hoffman able to bring it back, and Garrett will send it over. And a net called against the Wizards. From up here, it looked like the ball, but we're quite a ways up here.
Eyes getting old over there, Samantha.
Maybe. Never denied that, that's for sure. Nice little top spin, and that one drops in.
As soon as she hit it, it looked like it was definitely going long, and it had that top spin kind of died at the last second.
Crazy top spin serve. Holmes will get the ace. We'll see if she can do it again. Out of system, but in play on this one, just a free ball going back to the Spartans. And a double, net called. Against the setter, Cassidy Berry. Down ref being very tight on the nets this evening, which is fine as long as he's calling it even, which it seems like he is so far. Nice dig there by Garrett. Out of system swing by Heath. She's able to keep it in. Cathal on the outside, dug by Hoffman. Kennis swinging over the block, picked up by Penny. Ward out of the back row, off the top of the block. Nice dig from Griman. Heath with the slide approach. Again, Ward's there.
Great run.
Cathal with the tip. Easy pickup for Garrett. Kennis with a swing, and a touch is called. Players are all confused on who the touch is. Up ref trusts in her line judge.
What are they there for if you don't trust them?
Cathal with the cross-court kill. Berry coming back into the front row for the Spartans.
We were talking before, looks like Berry has a bionic leg out there.
Looks like a groin injury if I've ever seen one. Those can hurt for sure. Got to try to protect it. Nice scramble play there from the Wizards. Cathal at the top of the block, Griman picks it up. Heath will send it over. Berry getting through the block yet again. Even with that bionic leg, Kaylee Berry doing a nice job. And I'm sure you will hear me say Berry quite often tonight because Cassidy Berry and Kaylee Berry both play for the Spartans. Cassidy, the sophomore setter, and Kaylee, the junior outside. Tip over the block, picked up by Berry, and that goes long off the hand of Cathal. Heath back to serve. Nice corner shot there. Another net. Called against the Spartans.
See if Windsor can extend the lead. I think 3 has been the biggest thus far.
I think you're right. Pretty tight set so far. And that one goes in the net. Cathal back at the service line for the Spartans. Griman passes it up. And Kennis with the tip. Penny's there. Barry with a swing down the line. Nice dig from Griman. And over and 2 is Ellie Garrett. And was that yet another net call? I looked down for a split second.
I think a double.
A double, all right.
Look at me learning, Samantha.
Just so smart right now. Call it. I'll sit back and watch.
I'm not too sure about how that would happen.
You could handle it. I mean, it might be like me calling football, but.
Great save.
It really was. Nice swing from Ward as well. Over the top of block is Medina. And a touch is called.
Don't see the Berthoud coach getting up on that one. He got up on that last
Nope, I
touch
think
call,
that one was right. Ken is serving. Dropping that one short as well, but Cathal keeps it off the ground. Just a free ball coming back to the Wizards. Griman with the tip down the line, just a little too strong.
Really shoved that thing.
Yeah, quite the play there.
Great idea, though.
Yeah. Seeing lots of crossing plays from the Wizards as the season goes on. Some slides and twos. That was almost executed perfectly. Lift called against Griman. Not much she could do to save that one. Penny continuing to serve. Trying to tie it up here as we're getting closer to the end of the first set. Just having a little chit chat here between the down ref and Coach Santos. Now it looks like the down ref will go talk to our up ref. Can't say I know what they're chatting about, considering the Spartans are the ones with the service control. Maybe a rotation issue
Windsor.
on Windsor's side. And then we're good to go. That one going back to Medina. Scramble again. And the Wizards get the point. Garrett with the kill. Serrato into serve. Ward will take a swing down the line. And that is a dominating kill from Julie Ward. Can't give her that much space, that's for sure. Barry with the serve. Hoffman over the top of the block, dug by Cathal. Ward will take another swing, this one a little bit more off speed. Griman with the swing, and it's long. Spartans have tied it up 18-18. Barry with the serve. Backside to Griman again. She gets it off the top of the block. Diving save from Penny. Outstanding play by the libero. Hoffman with the tip. That one also picked up. Ward out of the middle. And a double is called against Cassidy Berry.
Berthoud coach loved the play. Just, he knows. Good teaching moment there.
He might also be a little ticked off at how tight this game is being called. Yes, the Revs are being very even on both sides, but they're calling a lot of nets, a lot of doubles. At some point, just gotta let the girls play. And yet another double called.
And some free balls being sent over to Berthoud, and they're just not handling very clean. I think they're a little surprised, but
we've seen that so often this season from a lot of teams. And the up ref is going to call Captain Julie Ward over to have a little chat, make sure that she relays to her head coach, not to argue, I'm sure. Either way, Ellie Garrett will serve. Ward on the slide, picked up by Garrett. Joust there. Garrett sending it deep. Penny gets a touch on it, but not able to do much. And with that, Coach Santos will call his first time out of the set, and we'll take it with him and be right back here on Stream It Sports.
If this is how your bank sees the world, how do they see you? Be an individual at First Bank. Banking for good.
And we are back here at Windsor High School. First serve out of the timeout. We got a scramble rally going on. And there's another lift called. This one against Griman for the Wizards.
Not too sure about that one.
It looked like she, what we call, like snaked it almost, and it just popped off her knuckles, which is allowed. If it were to sit in her hand, it's a different story. Ward with the serve. That one had some heat behind it. Ace for Julie Ward.
I think she needs to continue to serve.
She does.
If Berthoud wants to take this game.
That first serve of hers went in the net, but when she has everything firing on all cylinders, she's unstoppable.
Can't be stopped. Went
Little
soft
change
there.
up there. And another free ball for the Spartans, and another tight pass on a free ball. Heath with the swing cross court. Keeping it alive are the Spartans. Just an off-speed shot from Ward out of the back row. Griman around the block, and it's in.
Great placement.
Either way, net call against the Spartans.
Not sure why she went with the change-up serve there.
If the toss isn't exactly right, or maybe her approach isn't right, sometimes she'd rather just get it in. Or it could have been a strategical play if she wanted to see if she can catch the Wizards on their heels, just like that swing. Another top spin serve. Great block from Kinnis. A little miscommunication between Griman and Garrett on that one. Kill for the Spartans.
Got it all tied up here in the first set.
And with that tie, Coach Houston will call her first timeout. We'll take a break and be right back on Stream It Sports.
Wayne, everyone knows by now that Schrader's Country Stores have the best car washes around. They don't need to see you standing in the car wash explaining the undercarriage wash, the rocker panel spray, the protective finish application, and the jet dryer. No, Wayne, all you have to do is see the beautiful shine on my nice clean car. No muss, no fuss, and I'm certainly not all wet.
You won't get soaked at Schrader Country Store car washes, just shiny clean.
Welcome back to Windsor High School. 22-22 here in the first set. About 10 seconds left in the timeout, but both squads are ready.
And that one goes in the net. Holmes has had quite the service night besides that last one, so nice timeout called by Houston, kind of icing her over there.
We have seen it so many times this year. A timeout is called and immediately a net serve is done.
And we have yet another timeout being called by Coach Santos. We'll go ahead and hang out here. As we predicted when this night began, it's going to be a close one back and forth between the Wizards and the Spartans. We'd also like to thank our sponsors. Cody, take it away.
I'd like to thank Pedersen Toyota, Schrader Oil, and First Bank. If you're interested in becoming a Stream It Sports sponsor, just send in a quick email to rmccoy@streamitsports.com. That's rmccoy@streamitsports.com. He will get you all the information you need to join the Stream It Sports family.
And even if you would not like to be a sponsor, if you know anyone that might be interested, please send them our way so we can keep bringing you these high school sports in Northern Colorado. Hoffman with that serve. Tight pass. Nice little joust there at the net. Kinnis with a swing, and she gets through the block. Wizards now at set point here in the first set.
And the ball has left the building.
Teammates not helping her out too much. Nice deep serve there. Great pass from Ward. Just a roll shot coming over, and Garrett's there. Heath with the swing. Ward with the dig. Cathal over the middle. Nice pickup from Greiman. Kennis with the off-speed shot. Diving save there. Kennis gets blocked. Greiman out of the back row. It's not going to drop. What a rally. Great job by both sides on that one, but with the tricky play from Medina, the Wizards will win the first set 25-22. Let's go ahead and hear a few more words from our sponsors. When we come back, we'll bring you the second set here on Stream It Sports.
This life, it isn't for everyone. It's not for the modest, the cautious, the faint of heart. It's for the dauntless, the determined. This life, it isn't just a craft or another career. It's a calling.
Right now, get 0% APR for 60 months on a new 2017 Toyota Tundra, or get $1,750 cash back.
Toyota, let's go places.
Great news! We broke our all-time sales record, and it's all thanks to my nephew, Skylar.
Bro, it's Sky.
After my brother made me hire Sky, I switched us to First Bank to make up for him. Now business is better than ever.
No matter the reason, switching to First Bank can help your business grow.
Wayne, everyone knows by now that Schrader's Country Stores have the best car washes around. They don't need to see you standing in the car wash explaining the undercarriage wash, the rocker panel spray, the protective finish application, and the jet dryer. No, Wayne, all you have to do is see the beautiful shine on my nice clean car. No muss, no fuss, and I'm certainly not all wet.
You won't get soaked at Schrader Country Store car washes, just shiny clean.
And we're back here at Windsor High School. First swing and kill goes to Allie Kinnis for the Wizards. If you joined us while we were on that break, the Wizards won the first set 25-22. We are now in the second set. Allie Kinnis serving. Kinnis trying to save that one off the block, and it goes out of bounds. That'll be a point for the Spartans. Cathal at the service line for Berthoud. Greiman over the top of the block, but it's dug by Cathal. Little miscommunication there between Ward and Penny, but they managed to get it over. Greiman from the outside, and it's a kill. Serrato subbing in to serve. Cathal, Penny, and Ward back in the passing lanes. Goes at Penny. This pass is deep. Just a free ball going to go back to the Wizards. Hoffman on the outside down the line. It's picked up by Barry.
Great scramble.
Yet another free ball going over the Wizards. Joust won by Garrett. Ward on the outside. Serrato with the diving save. Hoffman with the tip into the block, but it's picked up nicely. Garrett shrugging her shoulders. She knew that was a double, didn't get called. But the kill is for Kaylee Berry. Wow, a little bit different here to start off the second set. As I mentioned in the first, I thought these refs were calling quite a tight game, but there were probably two different instances that a double could be called against Garrett in that rally. And nothing. Hoffman into the block. Block for Kaylee Berry and Tegan Holmes. Trinity Penny at the service line. Kinnis out of the back row. And there's those double calls that we got so accustomed to. Double called against Cathal. Point will go to the Wizards.
Quick with that whistle.
Garrett back to serve. Barry with a tip over the block, picked up by Kinnis. Garrett outside to Hoffman, roll shot, Ward's there. Ward out of the middle, and that ball is in. Kill Julie Ward, point to the Spartans. Kaylee Berry at the service line. Berry rocking those purple shoes. I haven't seen bright volleyball shoes like that in a while. That's awesome. That's Holmes over the top of the block, picked up by Serrato. Backside to Heath, that one's dug as well. Ward on the outside, it's blocked. And ball's landing in. So that is a point for the Wizards.
She's only gotten a few clean so far, so she could figure it out and get that.
Yeah.
That much velocity, get it over the net, they're in trouble.
That one dropping right in front of Serrato, kill for Cathal. Ward with a serve, and that one's in the net. Medina coming into the front row for the Wizards. Hoffman back at the service line. Penny with the pass. Great save from Barry, and Penny will just send that one over. Outside to Kennis off the top of the block, and that one's touched by Ward, but flying into the bench. Nice swing there from Allie Kinnis. Hoffman still at the service line. Going cross court, that one's dropping. Ace for Holly Hoffman. This one going a little deeper, picked up by Penny. Holmes swinging cross court, it's wide. Wizards going on a nice little run here off the serve of Holly Hoffman. Lots of errors by the Spartans right now. Another dropping serve, it's tight. Great block from Kinnis. Heath on the backside, but a touch is called. Another point for the Wizards, now a 4-point spread. Hoffman keeps the serve. Lots of out-of-system passes, not much the Spartans can do with that. Great diving save from Kinnis. Nice touch from Greiman.
Nice effort.
Excuse me, that was Hoffman. Ward out of the back row. Easy dig for Greiman. Tip over from Medina, nice corner. Ward laying out, can't quite get there.
Nothing on that, but she found the open space.
She did, and that's half the battle. Now with that 5-point spread, Coach Santos is going to take a timeout. We'll go ahead and take a breather with him and be right back on Stream It Sports.
If this is how your bank sees the world, how do they see you? Be an individual at First Bank. Banking for good.
You're watching Windsor High School Athletics.
And we're back. First serve out of the timeout, and a nice roll shot from Cathal. Breaking that run being made by Holly Hoffman. Great service run. And now Tegan Holmes will serve. Little jump serve there. Hoffman's gonna pass it. Medina on the outside, no blocker. And that one will drop. Barry still recovering from realizing she didn't quite block Medina on that one and then didn't get to the dig. Heath serving. Penny with the pass. Another roll shot coming from the Spartans. Kennis on the outside, it's long. A little bit of a lack of communication for the Spartans. That's been their biggest downfall. Not really able to get in a rhythm and put some heat on the ball. Barry with that serve. Hoffman will pass it. Kennis with the crossing play, tips over, picked up by Cathal. That's Barry on the outside. Another nice dig from Hoffman. Kennis with a roll shot. This one going back row to Ward. She has a roll shot and it's picked up by Heath. And that swing is out. Point Wizards. Definitely not a lack of rallies tonight. Both teams really going for it. And that one goes wide off the hand of Allie Kennis. Looks like a little bit of a lineup check from the down ref, making sure everyone's in line. And the Wizards do run kind of a 3 middle offense, so it's not quite as traditional and it's harder for the down ref to follow. So valid that he's making sure everyone's in line. One-on-one block, and it will go to Barry. Cathal back to serve. This one dropping short, easy pass for Heath. Medina on the backside, she's blocked. Julie Ward with the block along with Abby Lutz. Cathal with a deep serve. Heath's able to bring it back. Medina just tips over the block, picked up by Penny. Barry, and she's blocked. Greiman with the block. Great showdown there between those two players, two excellent athletes. So nice to see them going back and forth there a little bit. Some big swings and even bigger blocks. Serrato back to serve. Ward on the outside, she's a little off the net. Serrato can't quite bring that one back. Kill Julie Ward. Holmes back into the front row for the Spartans. Penny at the service line. Ryman on the slide, but a net call against the Spartans. That one, the net was moving quite a bit. I'll give them that one. We haven't seen too many calls from the refs in this set, so I'm okay with what they're doing down there. Garrett to serve. Barry tipping this one over, picked up by Heath. Hoffman with a tip over, and it'll fall. Cassidy Barry getting a little frustrated throwing that ball back to the ground. I have a feeling it's not at her teammates, but at herself. Garrett serving. Dropping this one short, easy ball for Cathal. Ward's off the net. She does a roll shot, and Hoffman can't control it. Point Spartans. Kaylee Berry at the service line. Nice cross court, and a double is called. Berry will serve again. Kennis with a nice pass outside to Heath. Roll shot picked up by Berry. Ward on the outside, no block. Easy pass for Kennis, Griman over the top, touched by Berry, run down by Penny. Ward's still gonna take a good swing. Kennis runs it down, Hoffman, and it's out. Yet another great rally here this evening.
The Wizards cannot get away.
They made such a nice run at the beginning, yeah, and now Spartans making another run. Hoffman on the backside going cross court. Picked up by Berry. Tight ball for Ward, and she can't quite get it over. So now that ball will go back to the Wizards. Got Callie Taylor in the back row for Berry. Griman to serve for the Wizards. Holmes on the outside. Scrambling are the Wizards, and they can't quite get it there. Ward to serve. Schrader with the pass on that one. Heath tipping this one over, and it'll drop. The Wizards have officially found the Spartans' weakness. That tip right over the block is working wonders for them. Hoffman at the service line. Hoffman, the one that went on quite the run for the Wizards on her last serve. It's looking kind of tight, and she's not going to go on that same run this time around. Lutz back into the front row for the Spartans. Holmes at the service line. Lots of muscle behind that topspin serve.
Right off the hand, you could tell. I'm sure she could too.
Those jump serves a little bit harder to control. Heath serving. Lutz with the swing, and a touch is called. Point Spartans. Berry back into the front row for Berthoud. And her sister at the service line. Kennis with the tool. Great swing from Kennis. Tight set, not much she could do except try to hit it as hard as she could. Hope for a great bounce, which it did. And now Kennis will serve for the Wizards. Berry with the swing, great dig from Kennis. Griman off the top of the block, picked up by Ward. Berry will take another hack at it, and it is wide. Wizards win the rally. Cathal just fighting that serve back. Berry throws it up, looks like yet another miscommunication. for the Spartans. Kennis will continue back at the line. Dropping that one short. Cathal fights it back. Scramble play here and just a down ball going back to the Spartans. Barry on the outside. Kennis with the dig, it's tight. Great throwdown from Ellie Garrett. With that, coach will call a timeout. We'll take a timeout with him and be right back to bring you the end of the second set here on Stream It Sports.
Wayne, everyone knows by now that Schrader's Country Stores have the best car washes around. They don't need to see you standing in the car wash explaining the undercarriage wash, the rocker panel spray, the protective finish application, and the jet dryer. No, Wayne, all you have to do is see the beautiful shine on my nice clean car. No muss, no fuss, and I'm certainly not all wet.
You won't get soaked at Schrader Country Store car washes, just shiny clean.
Welcome back to Windsor High School. First point out of the timeout goes to the Wizards. Greiman with quite the swing in the kill. And we have Allie Kennis serving for Windsor. Dropping this one short, picked up by Barry. Going outside to Barry. Roll shot over, picked up by Greiman. Medina with a nice little tip just dropping over. Medina, some of the best placement we've seen all night, really all season, knows exactly where to send that ball. Not a lot of power, but great placement. Now set point for the Wizards off the serve of Kennis. Barry on the outside, and that ball lands in. Spartans staying alive after going quite the run here off this serve of Sophie Cathal. Greiman swings. She is blocked by Barry. Free ball and a free ball kill to end the second set. You don't see that every day. Wizards now up 2-0 in sets. When we come back, we'll bring you the third and potentially final set here on Stream It Sports.
This life, it isn't for everyone. It's not for the modest, the cautious, the faint of heart. It's for the dauntless, the determined. This life, it isn't just a craft or another career. It's a calling.
Right now, get 0% APR for 60 months on a new 2017 Toyota Tundra, or get $1,750 cash back.
Toyota, let's go places.
Great news! We broke our all-time sales record, and it's all thanks to my nephew, Skylar.
Bro, it's Sky.
After my brother made me hire Sky, I switched us to First Bank to make up for him. Now business is better than ever.
No matter the reason, switching to First Bank can help your business grow.
Wayne, everyone knows by now that Schrader's Country Stores have the best car washes around. They don't need to see you standing in the car wash explaining the undercarriage wash, the rocker panel spray, the protective finish application, and the jet dryer. No, Wayne, all you have to do is see the beautiful shine on my nice clean car. No muss, no fuss, and I'm certainly not all wet.
You won't get soaked at Schrader Country Store car washes, just shiny clean.
You're watching Windsor High School Athletics.
Welcome back to Windsor High School. First serve of the third set goes in the net. So that point will go to the Spartans, and Trinity Penny will take it away. Ryman with the kill. Schrader in to serve. Holmes charging in on that one, just sending the roll shot, but it almost dropped. Ward with the swing, picked up by Hoffman. Garrett sends that over, and a double is called. Now my eyes are really going. Should call it double or a lift. It was a smart play, but obviously not executed to the ref's liking. Kinnis with the pass. Garrett running it down, and Serrato sending it over. Ward with his swing. Picked up by Serrato, but just a little bit too close to the stands. So yet another point for the Spartans. Barry will serve this one. Kinnis with the pass. Ward gets the tool. Garrett a little slow to get over there and close the block after she had to run down that set. Tough ball to get to. Griman with the swing and the kill.
This might be the largest deficit Windsor has had
the whole
far.
2 points.
We'll see if they can rally together to make the epic comeback.
Barry with the swing, and it just goes into the net. Tough angle to take a swing at there. Barry just laughing it off, knows it wasn't her best. She has had quite the evening though. Plenty of kills and blocks to help out the Spartans. Garrett with a short serve on that one. Nice little change up. Ward off the top of the block. Serrato's there. Hoffman trying to turn that one down the line, just a little bit too low. So that point will go to the Spartans. Scott will sub in for Hoffman. Ward with the serve. Griman on the backside, one-on-one. Nice slowdown there from Cathal. And Cathal will swing over the top of the block. Kinnis runs it down. The freshman with this swing. It's blocked, but covered. Heath with a roll shot. Tight ball. Barry with a swing over the block. The powerful Ward back to serve. And all that power into the net. Ward's at 50% tonight with missed serves. It's a little too high. Gotta figure out that power shot. Griman with the serve on that one. Overpass from Penny, and it'll drop. Definitely not what you want to see, especially when you're Griman serving an overpass. Very aggressive serve, and your teammates just let it drop. Topspin serve. Kinnis with the swing, and she'll get through the block. Point Wizards. Hoffman going back in for Scott to serve. And that's a kill for Sophie Cathal. Kaylee Berry serving for the Spartans as they try to maintain that 3-point lead, and they won't as that one goes into the tape. Taylor into the back row for Berry. Heath to serve for the Wizards. Fall with a roll shot on the outside. Griman can't quite run that one down. Down the line, dug by Hoffman, sent outside to Medina, tip, blocked right back over. Medina will take another shot at it. Penny with the diving save. And that one goes in the net off the hand of Julie Ward. Wizards keeping themselves in it right now, but haven't quite made that stretch to pull ahead yet. A little cross-court shot off the top of the block. Going outside to Griman, and it's long. Penny to serve. And it's long. Schrader into the back row and to the service line for the Wizards. Sending that one down the line at Penny. Holmes on the outside, dug by Kennis. Griman in the middle, and she gets through the block. Wizards now within one. Serrato's serving a laser. Holmes over the top of the block, another dig from Kennis. Just a roll shot going over from Scott on that one. Another pickup from Kennis. And a lift called against Scott. That was a close one. Kennis really giving her all out there, expecting a lot from her teammates, being quite the leader. You can tell she wants to get that lead back. Heath with the pass. Griman on the slide, blocked, but saved from Serrato. Swing from Scott into the block. Ward tries to cover herself, but then body checks her teammate a little bit on that one. Garrett will head back to serve for the Wizards. Berry on the outside going deep, and it's long.
Got a tie ball game.
Backside to Ward, goes off speed on this one. Scott on the outside, and she gets the kill. First kill for the freshman, Sarah Scott. Garrett continuing to serve, try to create a little bit more of a spread in that lead. Dropping it short in front of Penny. Down ball out of the back row from Ward, and it's out. Swing and a miss from Garrett, but she's happy about that one. Barry on the outside.
Great save.
Nice little scramble there, and it just trickles over. And that's a lift. Point Wizards. Everyone had to hold their breath as Schrader sent that ball over. But it cleared. And now the Wizards are up by 3. A little bit of a changeup we saw there. We'll go ahead and take a break while this timeout plays out, and we'll be right back on Stream It Sports.
If this is how your bank sees the world, how do they see you? Be an individual at First Bank. Banking for good.
You're watching Windsor High School Athletics.
And we are back in beautiful Windsor, Colorado, bringing you this volleyball match between the visiting Berthoud Spartans and the hosting Windsor Wizards.
I want to thank our banner sponsors one more time, Pedersen Toyota, Schrader Oil, and First Bank. If you are interested in becoming a sponsor with Stream It Sports, go ahead and send a quick email to rmccoy@streamitsports.com. That's rmccoy@streamitsports.com. Windsor takes another point out of the timeout.
Another nice play from the freshman, Sarah Scott, getting the block over Julie Ward. And that one goes long off the hand of Holmes, but a touch is called. Looks like it must have been a call by the up ref. Line judge called it out. Either way, Spartans will take back control, now trailing by 3. Heath with the roll shot over, picked up by Barry. Cathal into the block, but it's covered. Barry on the right side, dug by Schrader. Scott over the block and long. Ward with some power. Kinnis able to handle it nicely though. Holmes over the top of the block. Bryman reaching back and punching at it, goes into the stands. So that'll be a point for the Spartans, now within 1.
Not giving up easily.
Ward will serve again. And it's long. Griman back to serve for the Wizards. And that one is also long. Back-to-back errors. We haven't seen that too much tonight. Both teams managing to keep the errors fairly low. We've seen lots of roll shots, lots of tips, smart plays, obviously leading to long rallies. Holmes with that top spin serve again. And a free ball going back over to the Spartans. Tip over from Cathal. Serrato's there. And that's another kill for the freshman, Sarah Scott. Medina going into the front row. Hoffman into the back row. Barry on the backside over the block, but Griman's there. Heath with the down ball trying to drop it in front of the Spartan defense. Doesn't quite work. Ward out of the back row, and that one lands in. Junior Kaylee Berry at the service line. Kennis with the tip, and it'll drop. Taylor into the back row for the Spartans. Heath to serve for the Wizards. Heath putting some power behind that one, but Ward handles it nicely. Swing out of the back row from Griman, and it goes long.
Cannot pull down on that one.
A little bit underneath it. Hoffman with another nice pass. Kinnis with a swing and the kill.
Great elevation and timing.
Kinnis just on fire tonight, both offensively and defensively. Really helping the Wizards keep this lead. And she will serve. Overpass, joust won by the Spartans, but sent right back over. Ward with the kill down the line, excuse me, swing picked up by Hoffman. Ward will take another hack at it. Dug by Kinnis, and dug perfectly by Kinnis. A lift called.
Windsor players seem a little discouraged with
Garrett.
that call.
If anything, that was a double. I'm gonna leave that one be. We're gonna let that one go. Penny with the serve. Heath with the pass. Wow. I'm a little speechless on that one. Clearly over by the Spartans. Garrett gets 2 calls back to back against her that are not warranted. I don't know. We'll hope she can keep a level head. The down ref can give insight, but ultimately it is the up ref's call. If she sticks with her call, the point will go to the Spartans. If the down ref lets her know that the ball was clearly still on the Wizards' side, then she can overrule it. And we will see. Down ref having a conversation with Coach Houston. And up ref will overrule her call. The ball will go to the Wizards. And a lot of those calls can be so close, whether it's over or back row attack by the setter. It's usually a very hard distinction. That one, I know I have old eyes, but it was pretty clear that Holmes was over as Garrett was trying to set that ball.
And that could be a big swing point that
it really could have been either way.
To 3, and Windsor just gets closer with 20, so.
Trying to figure out the rotation now, make sure that they didn't over-rotate almost. Looks like Serrato will serve. And as Cody mentioned, the Wizards are now up by 3. Definitely a major swing point there while we are entering the end of the 3rd set. And an ace for Serrato.
She just turned her hands the slightest wrong way. Maybe hit a knuckle and
it worked. Whatever she did down there, it worked. That one dropping, still a great pass. Ward on the slide, she's blocked. Looks like 4 contacts is called. Must not have cleared the net down there. Coach Santos will take a timeout before this entire match gets away from the Spartans. We'll go ahead and take it with him and be right back on Stream It Sports.
This life, it isn't for everyone. It's not for the modest, the cautious, the faint of heart. It's for the dauntless, the determined. This life, it isn't just a craft or another career. It's a calling.
Right now, get 0% APR for 60 months on a new 2017 Toyota Tundra, or get $1,750 cash back.
Toyota, let's go places.
And we're back here at Windsor High School, getting very close to the end of the 3rd set. If you joined us late for any reason, well, let me just pause there. Schrader, 2 aces within the past 3 points.
I think both Berthoud players were looking up at the net. And
they may have been. It just dropped right in front of them. But the Windsor Wizards did win those first 2 sets. So now if they win this 3rd, it'll be game over. Still definitely a chance for the Spartans to come back, only down by 4, but have to make that decision to fight right now. Cassidy Berry with this serve, passed by Kinnis. Scott on the outside, and she's blocked.
Hard block.
Kaylee Berry has been a force to be reckoned with up at the net this evening. And that ball was up.
Oh.
Spartans thought that ball hit the ground. They were celebrating a little early. Schrader with the diving save, and her teammates were able to throw it over.
Windsor kind of smirking. I don't know if they think they got away with one or just a heck of a play.
They might, or they just might think it's funny that the Spartans were celebrating early. Either way, it is set and match point for the Wizards. Obviously, that ball went into the net, so it's Julie Ward's serve. Coach Houston going to go ahead and call a timeout, try to ice Ward. We'll let our sponsors give you a quick chat one more time and be right back on Stream It Sports.
Wayne, everyone knows by now that Schrader's Country Stores have the best car washes around. They don't need to see you standing in the car wash explaining the undercarriage wash, the rocker panel spray, the protective finish application, and the jet dryer. No, Wayne, all you have to do is see the beautiful shine on my nice clean car. No muss, no fuss, and I'm certainly not all wet.
You won't get soaked at Schrader Country Store car washes, just shiny clean.
We are back here at Windsor High School. Julie Ward at the service line for the Spartans as she serves set point for the Windsor Wizards. Down the line, nice pass from Schrader. Heath on the outside, and it's a kill. That is set and match for the Windsor Wizards. 25-22, 25-18, 25-21. Close match all evening, lots of back and forth. Great play from both teams, long rallies. But with that, the Wizards will go to 5-1 in league, and the Spartans will drop to 4-3. Obviously, still a lot of season left. Both teams have their chance to fight for state at the end of the season. We will make sure to bring you as many matches as we can as the season goes on. For Cody McCoy, I'm Samantha Miller. Thank you for joining us on Stream It Sports. We will see you next time.
It's Windsor High School Volleyball. Live on Stream It Sports, Northern Colorado, has been brought to you by Schrader Oil. Fuel your day. By Pedersen Toyota in Fort Collins. Everything cars made easy. And by First Bank. Visit any of our convenient locations in northern Colorado. First Bank. Banking for good.